novdec 2025 core mathematics paper 2, that is compulsory question 1. Draw a table for multiplication in modulo 8 on the set 1, 3, 5, 7. And then after we are done with our table, we are to use it to evaluate some given expressions. So let's begin with the table. So this is a multiplication table. So our multiplication table on the set 1, 3, 5, 7. So 1, 3, 5, 7. Remember, we are working in mode 8. So let's start. Let's start completing the table. So 1 times 1 is 1, and then 1 in mode 8 is still 1. 1 times 3 in mode 8, we have 3. 1 times 5, that is 5. 5 in mode 8, we have 5. 1 times 7, 7. 7 in mode 8 is still 7. 3 times 1, 3. 3 in mode 8 is 3. 3 times 3, that is 9. Then we know that 9 in mode 8. So 8 goes into 9, 1, remainder 1. And we know that in mode, the remainder is the answer. So we have 1. 3 times 5, that is 15. So 15 in mode 8. So 8 goes into 15, that is 1. 8 goes into 15, we have 1, remainder 7. So 7 is the answer. 3 times 7, 21. So let's work out 21 in mode 8. So 8 goes into 21 2 times. So what will be the remainder? 8 times 2, that is 16. 21 minus 16. We have 5. So the remainder here is 5. 5 times 1, we have 5. 5 in mode 8. Still have 5. 5 times 3, we have 15. And then 15 in mode 8, we have already calculated that we had 7. 5 times 5, that is 25. And then 25 in mode 8. So 8 goes into 25. So we have 3. Remember, we know that 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. So there will be a remainder of 1. So we have 1 here. 5 times 7, that is 35. And 35 in mode 8. Let's find out. 8 goes into 35. How many times? 4 times. 4 times. What is the remainder? We know that 8 times 4 is 32. So 35 minus 32, we have 3. So the remainder here is 3. 7 times 1, 7. 7 in mode 8 is still 7. 7 times 3, 21. 21 in mode 8, we have 5. We have already worked that. Next, 7 times 5 is 35. 35 in mode 8, the answer is 3. And then lastly, 7 times 7, we have 49. So 49 in mode 8. So how many times does 8 goes into 49? So we have 6 times. 8 times 6, we know that is 48. And then 49 minus 48, we have 1. So that is the remainder. So here is 1. So now we are done with the multiplication table in mode 8 on the given set. That is 1, 3, 5, and then 7. So this is for the A part of the question. Now the B part of the question. Let me get a space here. Okay, so let's start with this. So for the B, we have to evaluate 5 multiplied by 3 and the whole of this multiplied by 7. So we can work this out using the table, and indeed we are even asked to use the table. So from the table, what is 5 times 3 in mode 8? So 5 times 3, 5 times 3, we had 7. So the whole of this from the table is 7. So we have our multiplication sign, and then multiply by 7. So the next step, we have 7 multiplied by 7 in mode 8. So from the table, what is 7 multiplied by 7? We have 1. So the answer here is 1. That is for the B. So okay, that is BI rather. BI. So BI. Let's work out BII. So with BII, we are told to find the truth set of M multiplied by M plus 2. This must be equal to 3. So anytime you are given something of this sort, we just have to do substitution and simplify and see. Now from the set, the first number given here is 1. So let's test 1 and see whether 1 satisfies this particular equation. So let's see. So let's say we have 1 multiplied by 1 plus 2. Let's see whether it is equal to 3. So we know that always we need to simplify what is inside the bracket. For 1 plus 2, this is normal addition. 1 plus 2, we have 3. So we have 1 multiplied by 3. Now from the table, what is 1 times 3 in mode 8? 1 times 3 in mode 8 is still 3. So we could say that 1 satisfies the equation. So let's write it down. So when m is equal to 1, the statement or the equation is true. Let's test the next number, which is 3. So let's repeat the same process. In place of m, we are going to substitute 3. So this time we have 3 multiplied by 3 plus 2. Let's see whether it is equal to 3. So first of all, let's work out the bracket. 3 plus 2, that is 5. We have multiplication, we have 3. From the table, 3 times 5. 3 times 5, that is 7. That is 7. So with this, when we substituted m, we are getting 7. So we could see that m cannot be equal to 3. Let's test the next number, which is 5. Let's test the next number, which is 5. We are going to repeat the the same process. Anywhere we see m, we substitute 5. So we have 5 multiplied by 5 plus 2. Bracket first, 5 plus 2, we have 7. So 5 multiplied by 7 in mode 8. From the table, what is 5 multiplied by 7? 5 multiplied by 7, we have 3. So meaning that, yes, indeed, m can also be equal to 5. Then let's test the last one and see. This time we are going to substitute 7 in place of m. So let's also begin with that. Okay, so we have anywhere we see m, we substitute 7. So 7 times 7 plus 2. Let's see. Bracket first, 7 plus 2, we have 9 times 7. 7 times 9 from the table. So from the table, the highest number here is 7. We don't even have 9. So this one is even invalid. It is invalid. So from this, the possible values of m is 1, then 5. 1 and 5. And since we are looking for the true set, our true set is given by m is such that m is equal to 1 or m is equal to 5. So that is for question 1A and then B. Thank you.